start saving a ton of money for the exact same results. Ordering is fast and easy with your pills delivered to your door in a non-marked package. 800-223-0992. 800-223-0992. 800-223-0992. That's 800-223-0992.
Oh, welcome to the show, Picks and Parlays Radio, here on the Sports Byline Broadcast Network, the only show that's produced and presented to you without the benefit of a house subpoena. I'm your host, Nick Geber. Find me on Twitter at Nick Geber. And today is Wednesday, October the 23rd, or as we say here in Las Vegas, the day after Tuesday, October 22nd, but most importantly, 2 days before the much-followed Nevada Day here in Las Vegas. Big show today, as always. Be joined by Craig Trapp for our patented segment, Craigulation Time. We're going to cover baseball, college football, NBA basketball, a little bit of everything for you. Then, of course, Sean Higgs, the D-man himself. Little NFL. Eagles at Bills, Chargers at Bears, and Browns at Patriots. And no show would be complete without the Duff Man coming. And that will be Joe, the Duff Man Duffy, will be joining us to talk college football, Maryland at Minnesota, Notre Dame at Michigan, and Washington State at Oregon. So loads of stuff to get to. We do stream live on YouTube, on Twitter, on Facebook. If you want to join in the discussion, we would love to hear from you. All you have to do is to go to any one of those streaming sites and put in a comment, and we will see it and curate it, put it up on the screen, and endeavor, do our very best to mention your comment on the air, provided it's just not too rude. Too rude, I said. You know what that means. All right, if you'd like to give us a call in the studio, you can do that as well. If you really think we want to hear about your bets, which I'm sure we do, 800-878-7529, 800-878-PLAY. And we're going to have a lot of free picks on the show today. We do this every day. And by the way, we're here Monday through Friday. If you want loads more free picks, though, head over to picksandparlays.net. The site is just brimming with free picks. And we have a new thing with the NBA season on board, tipped off as of yesterday, our very special NBA season pass, including all the way through the playoffs. One handicapper, $5.99. Kick it up a notch, get two handicappers, $7.99. You certainly want to take advantage of that. All right, up next, it is Craigulation time. We're going to cover basketball. We're going to cover baseball. We're going to cover college football with Craig Trapp himself. Until then, get on our social media. Once again, you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. All right, going to step aside, take a break. Be back in 3 minutes. Stay with us.
The great thing about facts, they're proven. Like the fact that crude oil contains impurities, or that base oil made from natural gas is 99.5% free of impurities. And the fact that Pennzoil is the first synthetic motor oil made from natural gas, not crude oil. It gives you unbeatable engine protection. The proof is in the Pennzoil. Based on Sequence 4A wear test using SAE 5W30. Get a $100 travel reward credit with a full synthetic oil change through October 31st, 2019. Terms apply. Visit pennzoil.com/travel-on.
At 28, I had struggled with opiate and meth addiction for 12 years. I did and said things that the sober me never would have done. One day I realized I was not invincible. I was not exempt. And that's when a friend told me about elite rehab placement. They gave me the tools I needed to get sober, and all it took was the one phone call.
Elite Rehab can help you start to break your addiction problem and get sober in as little as 7 days. And we'll work with your insurance provider to help cover the costs. Plus, we have travel assistance programs to get you here by plane or train. Make this free call right now to learn more. 800-403-5912. 800-403-5912. 800-403-5912. That's 800-403-5912.
Attention business owners, now is the perfect time to start saving money on your cable TV bill for your business. We can give you packages with up to 90 great channels and save your business a ton of cash. And if you call right now, you can learn how to get free equipment and free installation. Now you have choices. It's time to start saving money on your cable TV bill for your business. And call today and get 90 channels plus free equipment and free installation. Smart business owners like you all across the country are consolidating and saving money on their cable TV, internet, and phone service for the business. So now's the perfect time. This may be a limited time offer to the first 100 people that call right now. So please save money and call now.
800-470-7113. 800-470-7113. 800-470-7113. That's 800-470-7113.
The great thing about facts, they're proven. Like the fact that crude oil contains impurities, or that base oil made from natural gas is 99.5% free of impurities. And the fact that Pennzoil is the first synthetic motor oil made from natural gas, not crude oil. It gives you unbeatable engine protection. The proof is in the Pennzoil. Based on Sequence 4A wear test using SAE 5W30. Get a $100 travel reward credit with a full synthetic oil change through October 31st, 2019. Terms apply. Visit pennzoil.com/travel-on.
All right, you're back with us here on Picks and Parlays Radio. I'm your host, Nick Geber. Find me on Twitter. It's at Nick Geber. Pretty simple. Don't want to confuse you. Big segment here, though. Craigulation time with Craig Trapp. We got lots to get to, including some baseball, some college football, and, of course, some NBA. Craig Trapp joins me fresh off his Rumspringer. You all relaxed now, Craig? Ready to go?
Yeah, I mean, what a night last night, opening night of NBA. Two really good games, overtime game. Of course, Toronto got the biggest rings of all time in the NBA, and then Lakers, your Lakers, by the way, laid an egg, I would say, in the fourth quarter, and the Clippers won. So two really good games, though. Well,
speaking of that, Craig, why don't we start with the Thursday game? It's Clippers at Warriors. Boy, the Clippers sure looked good against the Lakers on opening night. I thought the Lakers looked good as well. You and I can argue about LeBron James, but let's talk about the Clippers because that's really the story. I mean, are they the favorites to win? I know they're probably the favorites to win the West at this point.
Well, they're 3-1, I believe, was the opening line, and then Lakers were 7-2 on before opening night as far to win the championship. And I definitely, obviously that would mean they were probably the favorite to win the West as well. But the Clippers are well deserving. I mean, they won last night without Paul George. Paul George is going to be out for probably miss about 10 to 12 games, it sounds like. But man, Lou Williams, he's been the best sixth man in the league for what? 5-10 years now, and he continued last night, was money in the fourth quarter. Kawhi Leonard, best player in basketball, I would say right now. You'd have to say he played amazing last night.
30 points, right?
Yeah, best. Yeah. And, with him, it's not just what you get on the offensive end. He's the best defensive player in the league, too. Looked really good. And, facing a Warriors team that, yes, they're opening the new stadium, the new arena, I should say, but they just have Steph Curry and D'Angelo Russell because, of course, Klay Thompson is out for probably till after the All-Star break with a knee injury. So Clippers, this line opened with Golden State favored by 1, and now it's flipped to Clippers by 1, I'm guessing because Clippers looked so good last night. I'm not a big fan of playing against when teams do stuff like, open up new stadiums, but that's how good the Clippers are. You got to take the Clippers here. I just think they're the clearly better team. I think Clippers are the best defensive team we've seen in the league in the last 4 to 5 years, and I think that's a big problem because the Warriors, they can't stop anybody. Neither D'Angelo Russell or Steph Curry can guard anybody, so who do you put those two guys on without Klay Thompson? And the Warriors' depth. They continue every year through this run that they've had, their depth has gotten worse and worse and worse because they continue to pay these max contracts to their star players, which they're well-deserving, but just less to go around. They got a lot of young players there, so I think it's going to take a little while for Golden State to get rolling. Let's take the Clippers and lay the 1 point here. I think Lou Williams, Kawhi Leonard have another big fourth quarter and get the win here, make it 2-0.
I think you're right on that one. The Warriors really going to miss Klay Thompson, though. Great player. One of my favorite players in the NBA, and of course his dad, a Laker legend, Michael Thompson. All right. Speaking of legends, let's go to our next matchup. This time we're going to go to do some college football. Arizona State at the greatest college football team in the history of the game. Of course, I'm talking about the UCLA Bruins. No team better over the decades than UCLA. I tell you what, this is the team that Alabama would like to be when they grow up.
Right.
Okay, let's talk about it. Arizona 5-2, 3-4 against the spread. They lost their last game 21-3 at Utah. Now UCLA, a slow start, 2-5, but this is part of their grand strategy. Trust me. Okay, they're 2-4-1 against the spread. They did win against Stanford, 34-26. The Bruins, however, yet to win at home. Again, part of the master plan. Total has gone under in 6 of Arizona State's last games. I have Arizona State minus 2.5, which has to be a mistake. Total points 54.5. What have you got?
Well, the line's
Craig
actually
Trapp?
moved a little here. So if you like your alma mater, UCLA Bruins, you're getting 3.5 now. So Arizona State by 3.5, and the total's up to 55.5.
Must be a mistake. So
Yeah.
someone's got to be wrong.
I mean,
somewhere.
two ex-NFL guys, of course, coaching ranks, Herm Edwards and Chip Kelly squaring off here. Chip Kelly, like you said, maybe he has a bigger plan. I mean, it has not looked good at times, although last time out against Stanford in prime time looked really good. Best win they've had, I would say, under Chip Kelly.
And I understand that it was the motivation because they were telling Chip that if he didn't get it done, Chip Chirimbus was going to take over.
Right. Well, and then Arizona State didn't look good, 21-3 loss. But Utah is a very tough place to play, very good team, very good on defense. Arizona State's good on defense. I mean, they only gave up 21 points. Usually you give up 21 points in the college football we play now with the high-scoring offenses. Usually you're going to win. I think Arizona State, we saw earlier this year against Michigan State, they have a stout defense. I think that's going to be the key here. I think the under's a solid play at the 55.5. I think UCLA is going to just struggle to score a little bit here. And I think you got to take Arizona State minus 3.5. I'm going to bet against your alma mater. I just think
It's a shame.
I think turnovers have been the big issue for UCLA when they've lost games this year. I think that's going to be a big issue, even at home. Like you said, they haven't been great at home so far. So let's take Arizona State minus 3.5. I think Herm Edwards continues to improve this Sun Devils team, and I think they get a quality win here on the road.
Well, I think you're basically spewing blasphemy, but I'll let you get away with it. That's your picks for the Arizona State UCLA match. We've got a few minutes left, so I want to talk a little baseball because actually yesterday was a wonderful day of sport. We got the World Series Game 1 and then the 2 tip-off games for the NBA, which was... I have to say that Lakers-Clippers match was a great game to watch. I mean,
it was a great game. The first game was good.
The first game was good too.
Pelicans looked really
they
solid
did.
and surprised. I mean, they should have covered but didn't because went into overtime. But the Raptors, they earned their championship. They had their championship night, even though, of course, it's without Kawhi Leonard and Danny Green that are now with the two LA teams. Well, speaking of baseball, though, this is, of course, the matchup that the major networks did not want. Right. This is Washington Nationals against Houston Astros. And, of course, the Game 1 ratings, the lowest in 5 years. I tried to tune into it here in Las Vegas on the local Fox channel, and they were playing some Fox drama here. I actually had to go onto the Fox Sports app to see it. I did watch the whole game. Very disappointed. I mean, look, I actually am rooting for the Nationals just from a non-betting perspective because I love these stories. Any team that was, 12 games under 500 mid-season and makes it to the World Series in the form they have, you have to root for them. But it was a match, a game yesterday that was quite dull in places. And really, I think Houston had it for the taking. They just kept stranding runners on base. Well, they were good. It was some interesting stuff early and late in the game, but in the middle there was a whole lot of nothing going on. Yeah, exactly. And, I'm sure that's probably not going to help the ratings for tonight, although probably maybe even a better, more high-profile matchup with Steven Strasburg and Justin Verlander taking over the starting pitching nod. I mean, the odds are crazy. Again, Astros minus 185. Wow. Total set at 7 in this one. Super low. Even Astros minus 185. Yeah. I mean, even with Verlander, who's winless in the last 3 postseason starts, given up 10 runs in 17 innings. I mean, on the other hand, you got Strasburg. 22 innings, he's only allowed 4 runs. He struck out 33 batters. I mean... Well, just if more to do with they don't see the home team losing back to back. I know, but that's silly. At some point, you have to look at that and say, right. I mean, I don't know. I like the Nationals for this. Well, I would if you're going to bet the side, you have to take the Nationals. Of course. I'm headed toward a total here because I don't see that Houston lose. I just don't see they're going to be down 0-2, headed back to Washington. So I see Astros win. I would never lay 185 when I think it's pretty much a toss-up when it comes to starting pitching, and a lot of the handicapping I do is on pitching matchups.
Right, of course.
And, I think the Nationals bullpen has gotten a lot better over the year as well. So I think the Nationals maybe have even an even edge, or maybe a slight edge for the Nationals on the bullpen. So, but I think the under's the play here. I think both of these pitchers go into the 6th or 7th inning, will allow less than 2 runs. I think this one goes solidly under. I think it's going to be a little more exciting game as far as not scoring wise, but just
well, clearly not if it's going under.
Right, but guys, I'm a big fan of great pitching, and I think you'll see it tonight. Both of these guys are technicians, and then they can, of course, overpower you. I think Steven Strasburg has a big night, keeps it close early, and but I think Houston does pull.
I think it's the addition to the Nationals lineup of the star player that they have, momentum, that is going to make the difference for them. I see this as a Nationals win. And by the way, I think if the Nationals win this and go back to Washington, this could be a short series. I really like this team. They believe, they have belief in themselves, and I think it's going to be, even if it is a short series, I think it's going to be an exciting one.
I don't think it'll be a short series. I still think this is going 6 or 7 because I think both starting pitching is pretty good.
You think? Here you go, Craig, working without tools again. You got to stop that.
Under 7, though.
Just
tonight,
listen.
Under 7. If you want to listen to him, you take the Nationals. Under 7, and don't forget though, NBA passes on sale. Get in on those.
Yes, we'll get to that when we come back. And when we come back, NFL with the Sean Higgs. You want to hear that? Stay tuned. We'll be right back after this.
Not too long ago, it felt good to withdraw your cash from the bank, didn't it? For a vacation or a new car. But today, withdrawing your own cash has become risky. Pat Boone here for Swiss America. According to The Secret War, a new Swiss America white paper, I learned that all banks are now required to spy on you and me for the government, and then report any financial behavior deemed suspicious or unusual. You must read The Secret War. It's free. Truth is, I believe the government's new war against cash is really a war against us all. But the secret is now out. So please, get and read The Secret War.
Pick up your phone and call right now. 800-932-5517. 800-932-5517. 800-932-5517. Once again, that's 800-932-5517.
Are you an active stock market investor? Well, then you know these 3 key words: buy, sell, hold. Those 3 magic words can make or lose you money in the stock market. What if we can show you a time-tested tool that's been helping stock market investors succeed for over 30 years? It's called VectorVest, an amazing system designed to make smart investing easy. The VectorVest system analyzes, sorts, and ranks over 19,000 stocks every day and tells you when to buy, what to buy, and when to sell any stock to maximize your profits in less than 10 minutes a day. And if you call right now, you can test drive our amazing VectorVest system risk-free for 30 days for just $9.95.
800-584-2519. 800-584-2519. 800-584-2519. That's 800-584-2519. Do you have a problem hearing the television? Do you need to crank up the volume so loud your family is screaming at you? Then put on your TV ears. TV Ears has helped millions of people just like you hear TV loud and clear without cranking up the volume. For about $60 with a 30-day free trial, you can get your own set of TV Ears. When you wear TV Ears, you can mute the TV volume for private listening or let others watch TV with you. Order in the next 10 minutes and take us up on our 30-day home trial and very special price. TV Ears is a brand hearing professionals have trusted for more than 20 years. And through this special radio offer, you can get your very own for just $60. Just mention promo code RADIO. So put on your TV ears and make everyone happy. 800-984-4207. 800-984-4207. 800-984-4207. That's 800-984-4207.
All right, welcome back to the show, Picks and Parlays Radio. I'm your host, Nick Geber. Before we get into it with the National Football League, I just want to remind everybody that with basketball season officially here, and it was here with a bang yesterday, we have a very special for you on the website, picksandparlays.net. It is our NBA special. That's right, you get to choose some expert picks from one handicapper for $5.99 or two handicappers, even better, for $7.99, and you will get their picks all the way through the playoffs. You can only get that at picksandparlays.net. Don't waste a moment. Head over there right now. All right, well, let's turn our attention to some National Football League. Joining me in, well, I won't say he's not in the studio, actually. He's joining me via the guest line. The man, the myth, the legend, Sean Higgs. Sean, how are you today?
I am very well. Thank you for having me on the guest line today.
Well, it's great to have you. And we've done pretty well with our picks on this show, I would say so far. Can't complain. We've had our ups and downs, mainly ups. But we have three matches that we've curated for our viewers and listeners today.
Games, not matches.
Excuse me, three games.
This isn't the Premier League, my friend.
Yes, I know. Speaking of which, Champions League today, by the way, and yesterday.
Yes.
I got that Chelsea game for you if you listen to my show on Sirius XM 211. Dan Patrick Sports. I told you, go with Chelsea. All right, over Ajax. All right, Eagles at Bills. Should we start with that one? Deshaun, Eagles 3-4 coming off a loss at Dallas. They struggled defensively, though, against Dallas a fair amount. The Bills 5-1. Most recent game was a win against the Titans 14-7. The Bills on this one -2. The over-under 43. The Eagles are 5-1 against the spread versus a team with a winning record. How do you think? What do you think of this one, Deshaun? How do you see this one going down?
Well, for this one, I should be Deshaun Jackson because he's on the bench for the Eagles here. You know what? Yeah, 37-10, and the defense didn't look good, but the offense didn't do much. How about you don't even try to punch it in for a garbage score with your offense on two occasions? I mean, listen, what really sticks out to me here, and people are going to think, oh, we got to take the Eagles, they'll bounce back, this and that. I don't know. Third straight road game is tough. You got beat up by Minnie, you got beat up by Dallas. Granted, Buffalo is not an explosive offensive team, but they do enough. They're 5-1. They were hanging around New England, losing 16-10. This team's built on defense. It runs the ball with Frank Gore, who seems to be ageless. They get a couple passes from Allen. He's going to hit Cole Beasley or somebody. Going to be like, who's that guy? I like the home team here. We're in a pick 'em. We're 5-1. McDermott's a great head coach. This guy gets he kind of slips under the radar. Everybody loves McVay, and you got all these other hot guys people like your Sean Paynes or whoever, but McDermott's doing a good job here.
Yeah.
He casts away guys he doesn't want. He's focused on. He's a defensive coordinator in past. The defense is good, and the offense does enough to win. At a pick 'em at home, are you kidding? And the Eagles they're a mash unit. They're a mash unit right now. You can't. I mean,
well,
listen. People think this is a Super Bowl Eagles. That's not. That's 2 years ago. Totally different team.
Honestly, Deshaun, I mean, when you get to a situation, sometimes you can. Defense is you got to build from the back forward, right? And they held the Tennessee Titans to 7 points, total of 252 yards. I mean, that is solid defense from this team. And you're right, they're getting done what they need to do to score on the other side and win games. And they are 5-1. And honestly, a team is going to win, and a team is going to be a potential championship team. All they got to do is find a way to win, right?
Listen, this Eagle team, it's much like Dan Quinn and the Falcons. Shanahan left, and the offense is never the same. Reich left. He's with Indianapolis. This team has never been the same. And they want to say Peterson's a great head coach. I don't know if he was a head coach. I think maybe that was something to do with Reich running the offense. Obviously, maybe some injuries. Fletcher Cox has done nothing to lead this defense. But give me Buffalo all day here. All day on Buffalo. Three straight road games is tough for any team. I don't. If this is the one they're going to rally around. All right, we're in Buffalo. We're going to bring our A game today. I don't see it.
I'm with you.
I don't see it at all.
I'm Bills all the way on this one too. All right, let's go. The next one, LA Chargers at the Bears. The Chargers 2-5. They're 1-5-1 against the spread. They dropped their last road game to the Tennessee 23-20. Defensively, another team that struggled. We talked about the Eagles. I mean, the Chargers struggling defensively as well. On the other hand, the Bears are 3-3, 2-4 against the spread. They lost at home to the Saints 36-25. Another team struggling on the defensive side of the football. We have Chicago -4.5. The over-under is 40.5. Which side do you take on this one?
I gotta say, man, I had the Bears last week. I'm thinking coming off a bye week, embarrassed in London, they're going to have something to play for, and you get blown out. Yeah, 36-10. But how about you get two garbage? It was 36-25, but you had two garbage TD passes in the last 2 minutes, and you recovered an onside kick, which never happened. So I look at that game as 36-10, and you had nothing going for you. I thought this team would take a step back this year based on losing their defensive coordinator. Defense has actually been pretty good. The offense is terrible. Their best offensive player is running the ball for the Eagles. I mean, they traded that kid away. I don't know why. That's a whole nother thing. But two underachieving teams. And I just think I like the Chargers. I terrible loss. They want to feed Gordon, fumbles the ball, but Anthony Lynn, come on, challenge a spot, do something. You leaving timeouts on the board. I hate the head coach, but I got Rivers, I got Eckler, I got Hunter Henry, I got Keenan Allen. I got enough offensive guys to put some points on the board, which Chicago can't. They can't put any points on the board. So I'm getting 4 points here, and I'll take my chances with a better offensive team here, even though it's, it is what it is. The Chargers got offensive line problems, but I'm gonna run with a team that's just the better talented team, I think, right now. I might even say on both sides of the ball, because you're giving up 36 to a backup at Teddy Bridgewater, and then Teddy's got some good regular season numbers. He was on the Vikings. He's the old, the game manager kind of quarterback, but I don't know. Give me Rivers here. He's got some playmakers around him. Hopefully they get Eckler the ball and ease up on Gordon. So I don't know. I'm going Chargers here. +4. It's worth. I think this Bear team's falling apart fast.
All right, Chargers +4 it is. Okay, let's move on. Browns at Patriots. I mean, look, any team that plays the Patriots, I don't know. I mean, it's all about the spread at this point. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, the Browns are 2-4, 2-4 against the spread. I don't know any of this matters. Coming off a 32-28 loss to the Seahawks. Browns are 4-1 against the spread in the last 5 road games. The Patriots 7-0, boring. 5-2 against the spread. It's a short week, though. I mean, but because on Monday night they destroyed the Jets 33-0. I mean, did that even tire them out? This is it. I mean, we say it's a short week, but it's like they woke up. It's like, oh, okay, we'll just beat the Jets quickly. Now let's go back to dinner. I mean, they're just doing it so effortlessly and easily, and quite frankly, it's a giant snooze fest. Anything around the Patriots. I have New England -13, and the total points 46.5. I mean, that's old. Those are old numbers, I think, from a few days ago. Where are we now on this?
That's pretty much where you're seeing it. You got, again, short week, but that game was 17-0 in the first quarter for New England. Just manhandled. And I had the Jets. I figured it. I tell you, beginning of the year, I thought a healthy Jets team. They had a quarterback, the defense was solid. You had Bell back there. Maybe a playoff team. It was them or kind of like the Bills. The Bills obviously taking off. Jets with quarterback problems. But listen, you mentioned it's all about the spread for the Patriots. How about they're on a 13-4 ATS run at home?
Yeah.
A 12-3 under run. Because the defense, 18 interceptions. They've given up 3 TDs to defense. Now, special teams have given up a couple, I think another 3 between pick 6 or something, but 3 interceptions, 3 touchdowns, 18 picks. Here comes Baker. Granted, they got a nice bye week, but I do like the points, believe it or not. Here, I'm thinking.
Okay.
Again, this is a team with a bad offensive line, but you got Chubb. Listen, you want to beat the Patriots, you can't leave Brady out there, and even then, he's dinking and ducking. He's got 4 picks on the year. 2 of them I saw him throw them in the end zone to the Giants and to the Bills. So. That team is they're not running the ball.
Listen.
He's short passes. I'm getting 13 points. I still got Landry. I got OBJ. I got a good running back. If Danny Dimes can throw a 65-yard pass that gets juggled for a touchdown, all I need is like one of those. I need just one of those receivers to break away, and you're in this game. Because I don't think I think Myles Garrett's going to get after Brady a little bit, as long as he doesn't breathe on him to get too many personal fouls. They love throwing that rough in the passer. That's the only thing I'm worried about. But listen, 13, I think the back door is wide open here, and that's the way I'm going to look at it. But also the under, because, listen, the 12-3 under run.
Yeah.
You got to ride that. They're just, the defense is for real. And look at the quarterbacks they played. Here you go, Baker, 5 touchdowns, 11 picks. Fitzmagic, Luke Falk, Josh Allen, Colt McCoy, Danny Jones, Sam Darnold. None of these guys are superstars, and they've held them all in check.
And look, the bottom line is...
Even Baker's not that good.
Look, the bottom line is that Tom Brady is not human. I mean, the bottom line, really, as long as he can, fly around at night and suck the blood of the living quarterbacks from other teams, and then during the day sleep in the dirt of Foxborough in the basement levels, and come back only at night. He will live. He will live forever in the annals of the NFL. Just out of interest, we have about a minute and a half. Just for a wild and crazy bet, what's the money line on the Browns on this one?
Money line for Cleveland. Let me pull it up. Let's see what we got here on the sites.
I'm feeling like a little punt here.
It's going to be probably like 800. No, I'm feeling 500, huh?
Yeah.
475, 534, 5. I thought it'd be a little more at 13,
Well, I might put a little.
5.
Yeah, I'm going to have a little fun just because I know the Patriots are going to win. But what the heck? You never know. That's why it's sports.
Because right? I saw, you bring that up because I saw for the Monday night game you got Pittsburgh and Miami, and that one was higher than this line for the money line. It was the same kind of spread. Actually, it's a point difference. So it's 600 because it's 14.5. So it's a little higher, 650. So $100 on the point. That's where we're at.
All right. Well, Deshaun, always a pleasure. We'll be speaking to you later on I think we only have another day or two, but later on in the week, though, or else we will definitely be checking back in with you next week. Coming up, college football.
Later.
The Duff Man cometh. Joe Duffy joins us here on the show on Picks and Parlays Radio. In the meantime, go to our website, picksandparlays.net. Check us out. Loads of free picks. When you're ready to kick it up a notch, our expert picks are there. As we said, our NBA Spectacular is available. Stay tuned. I'll tell you about it when we come back.
Travelers, do you want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call. That's right, call. Because the best prices are not online. They're with SmartFares. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at ridiculously low prices. Our prices are too low to publish online. With the extra money you'll save, you can book another trip, or treat yourself to dinner or shopping. So stop searching all of those travel sites to find the lowest price on your next flight. Let one of our SmartFares expert travel agents find ridiculously low prices for you. Call SmartFares today and get the best price on your next flight. Guaranteed. Also, save up to 50% off business and first class tickets.
855-325-1780. 855-325-1780. That's 855-325-1780.
Imagine this is your money and someone wants to take it from you. Who is it? The IRS. They want your money, and guess what? They can legally take it, all of it if they want. Remember, they sent you that letter that said, hey, you owe us a bunch of cash and we're going to take it from you. So what do? Fight back by letting our team of experts at the tax helpline work it out with the IRS so you can keep your money. And we're good at what we do. When you hire us, you get a team of guys on your side that know the IRS laws and will fight to save your money. So, if you owe the IRS a ton of cash and you want to keep it, call right now and learn for free how we can help you put it back in your pocket.
800-932-1749. 800-932-1749. 800-932-1749. That's 800-932-1749.
We paid less for our Craftmatic today than we did 20 years ago.
If you're still searching for the perfect solution to a good night's sleep, call now for prices and free information on today's Craftmatic adjustable beds. And then decide when you see how little they cost. Rated #1 by consumers nationwide on consumeraffairs.com. Craftmatic beds come in all mattress types, including cool gel memory foam for up to 50% less than today's leading memory foam brand. Enjoy temporary relief of low back pain, poor circulation, nighttime heartburn, mild arthritis. You'll sleep better in a Craftmatic adjustable bed. So if you're still searching for the perfect solution to a good night's sleep, call now for prices and information. And then decide when you see how little they cost. Discover Craftmatic for less, up to 50% less than today's leading memory foam brand.
Call 1-800-371-9608. That's 1-800-371-9608. Call 1-800-371-9608. Call now.
Well, you're back with us here on Picks and Parlays Radio on the Sports Byline Broadcast Network. Just a reminder, we're with you each and every weekday from 4 p.m. Eastern. That's 1 p.m. Pacific if you're on the left coast. I'm your host, Nick Geber. Find me on Twitter at Nick Geber. And before the break, I promised I would tell you about our NBA Spectacular, and it is just that. If you want our expert picks, and with the NBA season just tipping off, this is the time to do it, folks. We have a special offer, $100 off our expert handicappers picks. $5.99 for one handicapper. But if you really want to get it done right, you get two handicappers for $7.99. So if you're going to bet this NBA season, bet right, bet smart, bet the Picks and Parlays way. Go online, picksandparlays.net. Sign up right now. Okay, in the meantime, let's get to some more college football, because I know once we spoke about the greatest college football team in history, UCLA, once we put that behind us, there's very little to talk about, quite frankly. But it is time. The Duff Man cometh. Joe Duffy joining us to talk a little college football. Let's choose three matches with obviously lesser teams than the mighty Bruins. Joe, should we start with Maryland at Minnesota?
We should, and don't worry, St. Nick, I'm sure I'm in the heart of SEC country, and I know all the college football fans around here would agree with you 100% about UCLA being the greatest college football team of all time.
Quite frankly, the team that Alabama wants to be when it grows up. Let's be honest.
They definitely do, definitely does. And, you know, I'm the UCLA of college football handicapping. I got my total of the year already up at picksandparlays.net. But as far as Maryland and Minnesota, look, these are two teams that are headed in opposite directions. And a lot of people are going to say, Joe Duffy, he comes on all the time and says college football is the number one momentum sport. He clearly has to be going with Minnesota, right? Well, We'll see. They lost 4 of 5 after starting out 2-0, briefly even entering the rankings when they upset Syracuse there. But Minnesota's a pretty soft 7-0. Their most impressive win was at Purdue by a touchdown. 7-point win over South Dakota State, 3-point wins against Fresno State and Georgia Southern. Only outscoring teams by 15 points per game for a team that's 7-0.
And don't forget, Joe. I mean, they're 42-7 shellacking on the road to beat Rutgers. I mean, not that Rutgers, are, exactly. They're not UCLA. Let's be honest. But I mean, 42-7, good result. Well, Rutgers is, I believe, an underdog this weekend to Jerry Falwell. So that just tells you how bad Rutgers is. And and really Rutgers had it a little bit closer. They pulled away a couple defense. I think Minnesota scored a couple quick touchdowns in the fourth quarter to make it a little bit more impressive. Now, what does worry me, and I guess I'm giving a hint to where I'm going with this, Minnesota is of the undefeated power conference teams. They're definitely the one team that needs to be in statement mode. They got to grab some attention. They've got to say, we are for real. And they have won their last 3 games by a combined 113-31. But I like going with underdogs that do have an upside. The kid, Terrell Pegram, he's made some mistakes this year, but he is a guy with an upside. Josh Jackson looks like he could be back this week. And I think it's false when people say if you got 2 quarterbacks, you got no quarterbacks. That's not true. If you've got, 2 quarterbacks that are about the same level but have different skill sets. Let's be honest. If you have 2 quarterbacks, you actually have a halfback.
Yeah, there you go. Very good. I like that. I don't know if I'm going to be able to match wits with you. Some good basic math there. They also, on defense, they're very young. Young defenses, they've got an upside, and they're starting to play these younger players. So if anyone's worried about these guys, they're having a disappointing year, losing interest. No, they're putting in some new blood with some talented guys on defense. So as much as college football is a momentum sport, I just think Maryland's a little bit of a dangerous dog, and also the burden of high expectations. Minnesota was kind of able to sneak up on teams. Now they're 7-0. They're getting some national attention. With Wisconsin losing, now people are like, hey, can Minnesota perhaps be the team that can knock off Ohio State? I think that there's a little bit more pressure on them. Maryland's a dangerous dog. I'm going to go with the 17 here.
You're going to go with the 17. Okay. Well, there you have it. I think you're being a little contrarian there for us today.
Yeah, I am. And even though college football is where I bet more favorites in college football than any other sport. This is kind of an outlier play for me.
All right, let's go to the next one, shall we? What do we have next? Okay, how about Notre Dame at Michigan? Notre Dame 5-1, 4-2 against the spread. So far, the only loss is coming at Georgia. Michigan 5-2, 3-4 against the spread. They may have 5 wins, but they're coming up short in big games, including a 28-21 loss at Penn State. Michigan minus 1.5, total 50. How does that look?
You are right. That's been their problem, Nick, with Michigan. Ever since Jim Harbaugh came there, they just can't seem to win those big games. And I know this opened up at 2.5 in some areas. Initially, I like Notre Dame plus 2.5, but the line keeps dropping. Truthfully, and I don't think I'm necessarily great at making lines off the top of my head, but this is a game that I would have thought Notre Dame would have been about a 1-point favorite, and they may be by kickoff. Teams off of dominant rushing efforts, and this has been a great system of mine for years, have gone under at a 450, 270, and 23 rate. That applies to Notre Dame, and it makes perfect sense. They had success running the ball. They're going to keep running the ball until somebody can stop them. So I think it definitely tells you what the team's game plan is going to be. I always say that handicapping totals is much more about the pace or whether a team's going to run the ball or throw the ball. So that's a system that makes total sense, and it does win quite often. The Irish are still fit under that short road underdog system where very short road underdogs have done quite well. Both, as bad as Michigan is, well, it's disappointing. To say they're bad would be false. They're holding teams to 1.4 yards per rush, 1 yard per pass, and 1.2 yards per play below their normal average. We have 2 teams using those metrics that are very good on defense. Where Notre Dame is the one good offense here, but they're both very good defenses. The Irish, they're fresh off of a bye, which I think, will really help this time of the year. Their defense a little bit more because I think the defenses need rest a little bit more. The offenses need the precision. Moderately high total. I mean, not a super high total, but just too much pointing towards the under here. I do like the under 51.5.
So under 51.5. You don't see this as a potential banana skin for Notre Dame?
Is that a game where they got to make a statement? I don't know all my British slang.
No, it's a potential game where they might just trip up and, fall.
Oh,
yes, they might slip and fall and then need help getting up.
I think when they play the Big Ten teams, they're not going to slip and fall. No, this is a game where, look, Notre Dame, they still have to have some things fall their way, but they could go to the playoffs as a one-loss team. Obviously, Georgia losing kind of hurt their power ratings, but they got to root for Georgia. But no, I mean, yes. Could they? Yes. Do I think they will? No.
Of course not. Well, if you thought they would, it wouldn't really be a banana skin, would it? All right, let's move along, shall we? Washington State at Oregon, 12th ranked Oregon. Here we go, by the way. Drew says, thinking about taking the Panthers this week over the 49ers. So I think we did our NFL segment. By the way, Drew, go online, picksandparlays.net. We got all of our picks for that game up there right now, and they're free. Doesn't beat that. Of course, if you want a little extra, you can go with our premium picks, our expert picks, and do yourself a favor. All right, let's move along. Washington, Oregon, 12th ranked Oregon. Washington State 4-3, 2-5 against the spread, coming off a big 41-10 win over Colorado, scoring 43 points a game on average. Oregon 6-1, 4-3 against the spread. They beat Washington last week 35-31, scoring 36 points a game. Oregon on this one's minus 15, 65 points is the total. Is that right?
Yes. Yeah. Well, I had 64, but 64, 65, depending on where you're going to shop.
Depending on where you're shopping. Don't shop at Walmart.
No, I don't think they have point spreads there yet, but I wouldn't be surprised in the next year or two if they do. And in fact, in Oregon would be a good state where they might have it.
Yeah, well, the way it's going with sports betting, everybody's going to have it soon. Pretty soon you'll go to use a public restroom and there'll be a kiosk there where while you're sitting and pensively doing your business, you can choose your bet, and they'll probably take a credit card as well.
Yeah, and nobody uses those public restrooms more than I do. I like my craft beer, and I've always had a weak bladder. But all right, we're already with too much information there. But here's who people should bet wherever they can bet it, or however they can bet it. I have a math angle here, and now that everyone's got computer software, I don't want to give away all my secrets and be overly specific, but I take some numbers that have to do point for point against for the year and the average, and then compare it to the total. And when there's a big difference, it's been great in every single sport. My math total definitely has an over angle that is 856, 622, and 28. Only Justin Fields is the only other quarterback in the country that's got at least 20 touchdowns and 1 interception besides Justin Herbert. And here's a chance for him to, kind of make a statement, get back into this Heisman race, get back to the Heisman race. He's going up against a so-so defense, but a heck of an offense. Washington State averaging 42 points per game. The teams that normally allow just 31.2 on 7.7 yards per play. The teams that normally permit 8.4, but they're terrible on defense. Terrible on defense, allowing teams to get 7.1 per pass, which is 0.7 above a team's normal average and way above yards per play. Two great offenses, only one decent defense. My instincts, I normally don't like to bet high totals over, but when everything points towards the high total over, I got to go with it. I like the over here.
You like the over. And of course, my math, I've done a lot of serious mathematical calculations here, Duffman, and I see Washington State are 1-3 in conference. My math tells me that they suck in conference play. So there you have it. Just thought I'd mention that. But, who needs a quantum computer when you can get the Duffman right here on Picks and Parlays Radio, where he's going to give you all the mathematical nonsense and mumbo-jumbo that you need. He's going to cut right through it, give you the bet. By the way, you can find loads more of the Duffman as well at picksandparlays.net. All right, before we wrap this up very quickly, your thoughts. World Series Game 2 tonight. You got about a minute. Let's go.
Yeah, it was one of those where I did have conflicting information on this. But by the way, that 13-0 stat that I gave you last week, it's now 14-0, going with the more rested team. And the total, I think if the total were, I was hoping it was going to be 7. I was going to consider the over. I don't know if it dropped by chance. If somehow it does drop to 7, I would probably lean a little bit towards the over. I did give you the over. I did have the over yesterday, but yeah, it's a pretty good series. It's just too high of a number. I do agree with El Guapo, too high of a number to lay. And if anything, I did pass on it actually.
You did, huh? How about my prediction that the Nationals are going to go to Houston and make it 2-0?
It's clearly a possibility. Like I said, if you're just asking, we weren't talking about a game to bet. I would go with Houston here, but the line is just a little bit too high. But look, maybe I'm going to go out and bet your pick right now.
Oh, there you go. By the way, if you're listening to this show, or which I'm sure you are, because if you're hearing me, you therefore, by nature, have to be, by definition, you have to be listening to this show or watching it. You're much better betting on the expert handicapper picks than mine, unless, of course, we're talking, the round ball that people kick with their feet. That's a different matter. And if you want that, my Premier League picks will be on the show tomorrow, so be sure to tune in tomorrow for my Premier League picks. I did quite well on my midweek Champions League too. All right, up next, going to recap all the picks. Joe, thanks so much. We'll chat to you later on in the week.
We shall, Nick. Thank you, sir.
All right, folks, stay tuned here, Picks and Parlays Radio. When we come back, I'll recap all of today's picks and loads more. If you want to get a pen and paper, this is a great time to do it. We'll be right back after this.
Attention business owners. Are you struggling while waiting for your customers to pay on their net 30, 60, or 90-day invoices? Can't get a business loan? Have no equity? Bad credit? Or maybe no credit at all? Then you need to call AmeriFactors right now. AmeriFactors will give you cash for your invoices and there's nothing to pay back. We simply buy your account receivables, and if those clients don't pay on the invoices, we take the loss. We give you funds based on your account receivables, not your credit. And 98% of all applicants are approved. It's that simple. With AmeriFactors, there's no more waiting for your customers to pay. We give you the funds up front, then we wait for your customers to pay us. Fund your business today. Call AmeriFactors right now.
800-847-1183, 800-847-1183, 800-847-1183. That's 800-847-1183.
Money Now 100 is not a lender, broker, or agent of any lender or financial advisor. We do not make loans or credit decisions. You must be 18 years or older and a U.S. resident to qualify. This is not an offer or solicitation to lend. I went to MoneyNow100.com and got the $5,000 I needed deposited in my account the next business day. If you need money for any reason, help is here. Go to MoneyNow100.com and get the money you need. Need to pay off credit card debt? Go to MoneyNow100.com. Need your car repaired? Need home improvement money? Visit MoneyNow100.com. If you need fast cash for any reason, go to MoneyNow100.com. Good, bad, or no credit at all. Go to MoneyNow100.com. You could get up to $5,000 as soon as the next business day. Go to MoneyNow100.com on your phone, tablet, or computer. Type in the address bar MoneyNow100.com. That's MoneyNow100.com.
Do you owe $10,000 or more on at least 2 federal student loans? Then you may qualify for new programs offered by the Department of Education. These programs can reduce your interest, lower your payments, and possibly qualify you for loan forgiveness. If you have $10,000 or more and at least 2 federal student loans and currently not in school, you may qualify for one of these programs. Call now to check your eligibility. Student loan advisors are standing by to help you determine if you qualify for these new programs. They can help you reduce your interest, lower your payment, and even forgive a portion of your student loan debt. Take control of your financial future. Make this free 5-minute free call now to Nationwide Student Loans and learn how you can reduce your student loan debt.
800-439-7851, 800-439-7851, 800-439-7851, 800-439-7851.
All right, welcome back to the show, Picks and Parlays Radio. Just a reminder, every weekday, 4 p.m. Pacific, 1 Eastern, we're here with you on the Sports Byline Broadcast Network, giving you the best picks for the sporting events coming up in the next day or two, making sure you are well prepared as you go to put your well and hard-earned money on the line. By the way, just a programming note, tomorrow we'll be doing my Premier League picks, but we'll also have our college football rapid fire segment tomorrow, and I believe Chelsea will be back to host the show. We'll see how that goes. Hopefully, she won't have given birth yet. Of course, we wish her all the best. All right, we've had a lot of picks on the show with Joe Duffy, Sean Higgs, and El Guapo himself, Craig Trapp. Let's recap them for you. So let's start with Craig's picks. We had NBA. He said Clippers or Warriors. Take the Clippers -1. We did a little college football. Arizona State against the best team in college football. He said take Arizona State -3.5. And his baseball pick, Nationals at Astros for Game 2 of the World Series. Take the under 7. Then to Sean Higgs, we had some NFL picks. Eagles at Bills, take the Bills -2. And the Chargers at Bears, take the Chargers +4. For the Browns at Patriots, take Cleveland +13. And finally, we had the Duff Man himself. We did some college football. Maryland at Minnesota, take Maryland +17. Notre Dame at Michigan, take the under 51.5. And Washington State at Oregon, take the over 64. Those were our picks. If you want loads more free picks, be sure to go to our site, picksandparlays.net. And remember, I'll say it one more time, we have a special for the NBA season right now, $100 off. For $5.99, you get 1 capper. For $7.99, you get 2 handicappers. This is for the NBA season all the way through the playoffs. You can't beat that deal, folks. If you're going to bet with intelligence. All right, remember, go to our website, picksandparlays.net. As I said, loads more free picks. We'll be back on the air with you tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Till then, have a great night. Enjoy the sports. And remember, bet, win, repeat.